Fala galera, eu tô gravando mais um vídeo aqui e hoje a gente não vai jogar nada, tá? Hoje a gente só vai reagir a 2 trailerzinhos da Mob Games, tá? E praticamente é um negócio novo que saiu.
Hey guys, it's Micah, and for Chapter 2's 1-year anniversary, I'm going to reveal to you 10 lost secrets from Poppy Playtime Chapter 2.
Aqui só tá explicando por causa da Daisy, que não foi coisada, usada, né? Os personagens novos. Spoiler!
So if you haven't played it yet, go play it, and then come back. You have been warned. Before we start, I want to let you know we're doing a giveaway for 10 copies of Chapter 2. More information on how to win your free copy later in the video. Now without further ado, let's get into it.
10 cópias de graça, mano.
Number 1, Chapter 2's alternate opening. Poppy Playtime fans will remember that Chapter 2 opened with us no reason to feel threatened by Mommy Longlegs because she had no prior build-up at the time. So we addressed some of these issues in version 2.
Why, oh my! Hello down there. I think you lost theirs.
Se liga, galera. A mami parece que tá muito mais bonita, né? Derrubou o web. É broca. Uma pamonhona ela. Versão 2.
But Mommy already knows you love to play. Some have lost their way and never
Se liga, galera. Tá muito melhor. Mas eu ainda vou dar as notas.
So this version addressed one of the big issues. Mommy
da
now
hora,
kidnaps
viu,
Poppy
mano?
to give the player a motive to play Mommy's games.
Da hora.
But then we realized something. The player doesn't even need Poppy. Who cares if she's kidnapped? So Mommy showing up still didn't affect your current objective. So here's what we did to solve it. We had Poppy be the only one who knows the train code, so now you need her to escape. We also added that scene where Mommy comes out of nowhere and pulls Poppy down into the abyss. Problem solved. Now, Mommy steals your only way of escape, and watching Mommy kidnap Poppy makes her introduction all the more threatening. Number 3, the game station's lost designs. Fans will remember that the game station features a giant mural of Mommy Longlegs,
Agora eu
a
vou mostrar o mapa,
playground,
como
and
seria
entrances to the station's
o mapa da
green.
Game
But
Station.
it didn't used to be this way. The original design of the game
O
station
mapa
was
lá do
absolutely
trem,
massive.
mano.
It featured a mural on the roof with a giant sun and moon illuminating the
Meu
station.
Deus.
Although it looked
Olha
jaw-dropping,
pra
there
cara
were two
desse
major
sol,
issues.
mano.
It was unrealistically big and was completely empty. It didn't
Ok,
seem like it
né?
could have been a real
Legal.
functioning location.
Versão 1 ficou bem
Version
pior.
featured a new
A versão
design
2
for the
ficou
sun
melhor.
and a lot
Ficou
more
bem
color
mais
in the roof to
bonita.
make it more inviting for the kids who visit. However, it was still completely empty. So we went
Eu
back to the
achei bem
drawing
mais
board,
bonito
keeping in mind
assim
what a
do
place
que o
like the
outro.
game station would need
Sério,
to be a
mano.
fully
Não ficou
functional,
bonito, não?
realistic
Podia ser
location.
utilizado no capítulo 3, né? Talvez pode.
Added structural supports for realism, catwalks for Playtime Co. employees to observe the things going on, and of course, added some classic Playtime Co. style branding. Number 4, Musical Memories lost design. Musical Memory used to have a much different aesthetic than it currently does. In the
Bora
original
pular
version,
pros
the
novos
walls were completely
personagens,
covered
né, mano?
in the official Chapter 2 trailer before she was scrapped. Though Cassie was cute, we felt we had the opportunity to make the character more unique by creating an
Era pra ser uma
combination
PJ
of two different
mulher,
images.
galera. Era pra ser uma PJ mulher, mano. Só que aí eles acharam melhor o PJ normal, o homem, né? No caso, essa aqui eu acho que é mulher.
Went back to the drawing board. We spent a long time picking the right face for this new character, something that didn't feel too goofy for the statues section of the game. Eventually, we settled on the design that would become PJ Pugapillar. This was one of the later changes we made to Chapter 2, as we had already made a completely finished model of Cassie, complete with fur simulation and realistic eyeballs, as well as various art of Cassie throughout the game having to be swapped with the new PJ art. Number 6, Daisy the Flower and 7 other characters. This is probably the most well-known one on the list. Very similar to Cassie Cutie Pillar, Daisy was the original character that was going to be lowering towards you during ballerina, a ballerina bird, and finally, a bunny. We liked the bunny because he had great theming with his symbols and clothes, as well as his symbols serving as a great audio tool as you hear him descending upon you in musical memory. After a few slight design tweaks and color variations, we finally got the Bunzo bunny we all know today.
Se liga, mano. Eles estavam escolhendo o design deles e eles escolheram o melhor
Daisy the
Bunzo.
flower wasn't completely absent from Chapter 2, however, as we see various art and
Também.
before she became the
Essa
noodly pink
cena
maniac we all know today.
usada.
Two of these scrap designs actually show up in Chapter 2 as old blueprints for Mommy Longlegs. Her first design was a noodly spider now, but too much so, to the point where we didn't think it would be realistic for Playtime Co. to create a toy like her. Another issue was this design didn't necessarily look like a toy at first glance either. The next designs really tried to push the creep factor in the face and reel back a bit on the spider elements. This design pass is also where we came up with the idea of Mommy having limbs that could stretch. Originally, her limbs were going to extend in the form of plastic tubes, similar to the way a lightsaber toy might. Was scrapped because of the challenge of making her limbs bend while also being made of extending plastic tubes. The variation of colors also made her design feel
Achei bem da hora, mano.
complex. To solve these problems, we came up with the concept of elastic
A Mommy
plastic, a
Longlegs.
substance that Playtime Co.
Tá aí, ó.
that can stretch like rubber,
Ficou
but
mais
also
suave,
retain its
mano.
shape and position.
Mas
We
sério,
also
achei
simplified her color
melhor
pattern
que os
and gave her a
outros que
spherical
mostrou
waist
aí.
similar to a spider's abdomen.
Sério,
We concepted a few alternate designs after this one with more spider-like features. However, the problem from before still persisted that it was too spider-like and creepy for Playtime Co. to
Esses
agree on.
modelos poderiam ser
Number 8,
usados,
6
mano.
lost toys. From the beginning of Chapter 2, we knew we wanted to have new toys present in each of the games in the game station. These became Bunzo Bunny, the Mini Huggies, and PJ Pugapillar. But before those were made,
É,
6
o
different
vídeo
potential characters
vai
were
acabar
in
quando esse
these
vídeo
roles.
também
Jolly
acabar, tá?
Clown, who
Mas
went through a few
como,
design
né?
iterations, Lovebug, who actually
O
appears in
a
Chapter
gente
2
ia
as a
reagir ao
rejected toy,
trailer.
Psydog,
Desculpa,
a
mas eu
robot
não vou
dog
poder
toy, Sunny
reagir.
Buddy, who also appears
Tá?
as a rejected toy,
Desculpa aí.
Lily the Frog, a frog on roller skates, and Monster Truck. That one kind of speaks for itself. Number 9, the quality control room and the production
Número
room.
9.
In Chapter 2,
Number
before
9,
entering
no
musical
caso.
memory, we take a detour to
Quer
the
dizer,
molding room where you create the green
Number
electric
9.
room. In an early version of the chapter, every game you go to was going to
Se
be paired with a
tiver
factory room
curiosidade, sabe o
similar
que
to the
eles
molding
estão
room.
falando pra
Whack-A-Wookie
mim?
had the production room, and Statues had the quality control room. These rooms were never implemented into the game and were scrapped during the concept phase because they just seemed like unnecessary filler. Number 10, Mommy Longlegs
Número
death.
10.
One of Chapter 2's most infamous moments is the death of Mommy Longlegs. After minutes
É,
of running
teve
away
essa
from
morte,
Mommy,
mas
you're backed into
eu
a
acho que a
corner with
morte
no
dela
way.
seria mais
Just as
no
all hope
fogo.
seems lost,
Porque ela
pull
não
down
é
the lever that
resistente ao
activates the
fogo.
grinder. Mommy's arm
Como
is
vocês
pulled
viram
into the
no
grinder
começo,
and she's desperately tries
nas
to escape,
temperaturas,
screaming
né?
for her life as she's slowly crushed to death. Now you would
Certeza que era pra morrer no fogo. Não sei se vocês estavam me ouvindo antes, né? Mas a Mami era pra morrer no fogo. E não aí, triturado, né? Mas, pelo que eu já reagi nesse vídeo, né? Era pra arrancar a cabeça da Mami, mano. Nossa,
think it,
morte
but
muito
there was actually
fatal,
quite
né,
a bit
mano?
of debate behind the scenes
Muito
about how
pesado.
Mommy should be pulled into the grinder. In the alternate version of Mommy's death,
Aí, ó.
her head is actually
Eu falei.
pulled inside and grinded to a pulp, leaving her lifeless lower half to fall onto the floor. Here it is.
Aí, ó. Essa é a que eles colocaram, eu acho. Não. Aí, ó. Coisa, tá
We decided to scrap this version for 2 reasons. One, the imagery of Mommy's upper half being
Eu falei, né, mano? Nossa. Nojento, velho. E também é muito ruim essas mortes assim,
dragged
sabe?
away would be more resonant than her lower half being dragged away. And 2, Mommy's head being grinded up might have just been too gruesome to show without the game getting an M rating. So there you go. Those were 10 lost secrets in Poppy Playtime Chapter 2. And in honor of
Se liga na variedade de monstros que eles criaram, né?
Chapter 2's anniversary, we're doing a
Olá,
giveaway for 10 free
volta.
copies of Chapter 2 on Steam.
10
Click the link in the
cópias de
description below if you want to
graça
enter.
de
Chapter 2 is
Playtime
also on a
2.
huge sale on PC and mobile on these dates. So if you haven't played Chapter 2 yet, now's your chance.
Tá na
Make sure to like and
Steam.
share the video if you enjoyed what you saw. Thank you all for watching,
Tá em
and we'll see
Android.
you in Chapter 3.
barriga, galera. É que eu tenho um grupo, aí eles ficam ligando do nada. E acabou o vídeo.
Fala pessoal, tudo bem?
Oxi!
Tipo uma máquina de
Não,
gacha,
você
aqueles
não,
ganchos
mano.
que você pega bichinho. Ficou muito
Se
esquisito.
você não terrorizando. Ok, agora eu vou terminar o vídeo por aqui. Então, galera, espero que vocês tenham gostado. Se gostou, deixa o like, compartilha, se não vai, se inscreve. Agora até o próximo vídeo. Tchau e fui.